The parents are the key people for us to be involved with. We know that if we spend 1 hour a week with the parent has a significant number of other hours where they can be working with their children throughout the week. The way a session works is it takes place over the course of 6 months, and there are weekly sessions that are approximately 1 hour in length. At the beginning of the program, the intervention provider would meet with the parent to discuss what goals they might have for their child to develop over this 6-month period. Then, within each session, the parent would be consulted by the intervention provider on which activities would you like to practice with your child today, and what are we going to do within each session. So typically it's 3 to 5 activities that a parent would choose. They can be things like meal time. They could be general caregiving activities like brushing your hair, brushing your teeth, getting dressed to go outside. They could be book reading or alphabet, a number of kinds of activities. Some of the most fun that I find are the chores that the child might learn to do. So I love working with a family when they have to feed the cat, for example. The child learns how to feed the cat. The other kinds of activities would be things like playing with big toys, like big props, like big balls or slides or swings. And then finally, playing with other kinds of toys, like the smaller types of toys. Both toys that are just putting things in, and later as the child develops, more symbolic or more pretend kinds of toys, pretending that the dolly's gonna go drive to daycare and meet his or her friends. So the development across that activity can be quite big. Some families come ready to absorb what you're trying to show them and tell them about. Other families are disconcerted and maybe a little bit depressed because they don't really understand what their child's true potential is. So it's kind of a balance in terms of helping to support the family, understanding where they're at in their journey to understanding that their child has autism, but then also understanding where they are in terms of their learning for how they interact with their child. It's very much a good intervention provider uses their heart a lot and really appreciates where the family is when they meet them initially. It's within about 3 months that we see the change in both the parent and the child. So that the parent is changing the kind of supports they provide for the child, and the child is learning how to be more actively engaged with the parent. We teach parents that there's a kind of a layer cake. The first layer of the cake is sharing an agenda with the child. So the parent learns to share activities with the child, be there with the child, and then the next level of the layer cake is more teaching some skills such as looking at the parent, sharing interaction, and then finally the third level of the layer cake is expanding and generating novel kinds of things that the parent and the child can do together. So they learn how to support the child across these layers, and the child learns how to respond with more engagement at each level. We always keep in mind, because these are natural behavioral developmental interactions, that this is going to be geared to where the child is at specifically. So if the child is just learning to hold a plate, we're not going to expect them necessarily to put it into the dishwasher. We're going to help at the developmental level that the child is at. Children will learn and children will grow, and we can help you learn how to interact with your child so that they can learn to their best of their potential.